What's up, y'all? Before my mom throws salt at me, I just felt like getting myself ready, you know. I just need to be goofy before my mom throws shade at me. So Donna Self-Esteem Queen here with Mama SEQ, and I really want to discuss the things that I learned in 2015 and the things that I plan to do in 2016. And there are some things that my mom, my mother dearest, would love to say to me. And so I don't know which we should start with.
What you learned in 2015?
I don't want to hold on to this. It's good, God. Okay, so in 2015, I learned that I'm very petty. I'm very petty. Call me Petty Wop. I'm very petty. I don't know why I've not been able to admit to myself until now that I'm petty. Towards the end of this last year, I realized how petty I was when I just started cutting people off left and right in December. Now, normally, every 3 months I cut people off in my life, but this December was particularly interesting. I just started cutting people off left and right, and not only did I cut them off, but I let them know I was cutting them off. And there was a particular reason for each one. Now, I still talk to and or deal with and or are cordial with these people, but I had to just have like a come in the SEQ moment and be like, you know what, this friendship's kind of one-sided. And so I'm not going to go into the scenarios because then the people would know who they are, and that's kind of salty. That is salty, right?
No.
Well,
No, because some of the reasons why you cut people off are because they shouldn't be in your circle, because they stunt your growth.
Oh. Okay, so let me also say that in 2015 Easter, I met this beautiful angel by the name of Ajoa. And I was telling Ajoa, you know, I really don't like, we were going out to feed the homeless, and I was like, I really don't like to, you know, publicize what I do, you know, because I think that, you know, that takes away from the egoless part of whatever. And she was like, girl, how are people going to know who you are if you don't publicize what you do? And I was like, well, you can't like ride through the hood and, you know, be feeding the homeless and have a camera like, look, I'm feeding the homeless. See the homeless person right there? I don't want to be that person. And so she introduced me to the right and appropriate way to do things like that. And now I feel like, you know, I'm kind of feeling myself. You know, not that I ever stopped.
Never stopped.
I mean, just in public, because I really didn't want people to be like, oh, you know, she's vain. I'm very, like, confident that, yeah, I'm the shit, you know. Excuse my language. And, you know, I'm tired of downplaying who I am, you know, to, you know, as I was listening to this podcast, right? And it's called The Friend Zone, The Friend Zone. And this beautiful soul by the name of Fran, Hey Fran, Hey, on YouTube. She was like, her mentor basically like told her, or she read on her page somewhere or something, you know, don't humble yourself to humiliation. And I promise you guys, I've been doing that for years. Like, I always like, I humble myself and like around what I would have considered to be my friends or whatever, up until, you know, the end of this year. Like, I always felt like, oh, you know, because I'm socially awkward. No, I just don't like to fuck with you. Excuse my language. And I realized that that's really what that is. Like, it's not that I'm socially awkward around the right people. I'm definitely not socially awkward. And I found that out on New Year's Day. So, I'm not socially awkward around the right people. And I realized that the people that I feel socially awkward around, I just shouldn't be around, period. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm done humbling myself to humiliation. I'm definitely done with that. Yeah. Anything I forgot that I learned this year? Dude, that I can't help everybody. You know what I mean? And I think I said that last year, but here I go again this year trying to help people that, you know, didn't really want my help, you know, wanted to like, I don't know.
They don't support you, that you shouldn't even be expending all your energy into, because they're not in the same place you are. And because they're not in the same place you are, you can't help them. And the thing is you don't do yourself any justice, because the things that you want to do, they don't support you. And if you're not supported by them, then they're not your friend. And I think that's something that you needed to really, you know, take heed to, because everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not going to support you. And if they don't support you and they are not bringing anything to you, you need to leave them alone. You can be nice, but you can give them 50 feet.
I had a lot of, you know, doe eye, scrunchy face moments this year. You know, where I really felt like shaded. Like, do people realize I've been making candles since like 2004? Do people realize that before there was ever a Light the Mood, there was a heaven sent bath, body, and candle? And I used to make bath salts, soaps, lotions, like, okay? Luxury candles for, you know, private label vendors who paid like in upwards of $40 per candle, and then, you know, would charge $80, $90 per candle. I used to teach people how to make candles through the Learning Annex. So, and soaps, and lotions.
And then you can't get the same people that you have all this expertise to even buy a candle from you. Doe eye, scrunchy face.
It's hurtful. You know, I think that I give people the benefit of a doubt that they don't deserve.
Yeah.
You know, and
you're your worst critic.
So let's get into, you know, the fact that you want to talk about I'm controlling. I read her little list of things that she wants. And the reason why I want Mama SEQ to start coming out here is because, first of all, you know, I'm like, people put me on a pedestal that I do not deserve to be on. And people will email me like, oh my God, you inspire me. And I'm like, listen, right, I'm real just like you. You feel me? And I'm very like down to earth. Please don't put me on a pedestal, because then I have to like, you know, feel bad when, you know, you find a reason to kick me off. But anyway, I'm human just like everybody else. And, you know, that socially awkward part of me, really isn't social awkwardness. I think it's me being a boss for so many years. I mean, how do you go from, the lifestyle that I kind of lived in my teen years to like the lifestyle I lived in my college years to like now taking care and supporting my whole family willingly. But let's kind of talk about the fact that people, so let's do like transparent Sunday, right? By the time some people see this, it'll be Monday. It doesn't matter. Transparency is good every day. So basically, I told my mom, quit your job. And it wasn't just so that she could like solely watch my kids. Like, do you want to talk about that or not really? Or
Yeah, we can talk about it.
yeah, okay. So let's talk about that. Okay.
But the thing is, I did it willingly. It wasn't because I was forced to do anything. And I love being here, but when you live with a perfectionist, where even if a spoon has a spot on it, there is a problem, gets to be a little much. The spoon is still clean. The spoon is still clean. But she's very controlling. It's her way or no way. Instead of her allowing someone to actually do everything, she wants to take everything over and then tell you how horrible you have been and what you've done and what everything. But I don't take it personal.
4 agreements. You feel me? It's been a very long 2015 because it forced my mom and I to really work on our communication, and and shout out to our psychotherapist.
Linnell.
Shout out. We appreciate you.
Because if it hadn't been for Linnell, I wouldn't be as far as I am now.
Like, she wouldn't even be able to tell me that this is how she feels about me. But yeah, so, I have a reason, for all of my, obsessive compulsive, there is no disorder. It's just, that's the way I am. Like, I have been like this for a very long time. I was like this as a kid. So this is not new. I used to sort, like I see the twins do it, and I used to sort and put things in order. Things had to be in order. I wanted things in twos as a kid. Like I had to have everything lined up, and I was like
her son is like that now, and he's only 3. And he lines up his toys in order, and it is by color, it is by shape. He does the same thing. It's not a bad thing. The only thing that I would say is bad is the point that she needs to understand that they have to get dirty. They have to be able to explore.
Okay, my kids they're almost 4, they're 3.5, and they haven't been sick yet. And I have been sick for like a week and a half, right, over the holiday. They never got sick. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I'm not sick either.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that too, plus the fact, before my mom retired, I'm not going to say that she was pleasant and plump because that's not nice.
I was not pleasant, but I was large.
She wasn't that large.
I was large. I was 198.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I was 198.
Okay, and can you stand up? You feel me?
And what I am now,
look at all that,
is
very much,
126. 126.
Yeah,
And it's not because I'm anorexic. It's not because I'm bulimic.
Pants, shoes.
It's because I am in an environment where I don't have drama. The only drama I have is when I have this one who, if I do something that she doesn't like, it's hell to pay the captain all day, every day.
Listen. I had to, we have 2 dogs. Like, first of all, it's not as, clearly if we're able to talk about this, it's not, this is what happens when people live together. Now, people are like, oh my God, you live with your mom? We live together, right? Because as a teenager, for you guys that know me, my mom and I were separated when I was 14 and a half. So I didn't have my mom growing up like other people had their parents. And then, I came around, and
I was in some crappy relationships.
she was in a nothing ass relationship here recently, and I had to just be like, listen, listen, if I'm gonna eat 40 and save anybody, it's gonna be my mother. And so I felt like, listen, let me, come and, no, it has not been easy, but the great thing about really loving somebody is being able to say, listen, we need help. We went and got the help, and the fact that we're able to even talk about it here without going is like a miracle in and of itself. So, and then other thing that my mom said earlier to me today is, we don't have like days and days, we have moments. Like, yeah, first of all, when it gets dark outside, which is why I don't like the whole daylight savings, like I hate it. Like, why can't time just stay the same and the sun go down around 7 or 8, right? Because when the sun goes down, I don't really like darkness, and so I just turn on all the lights, and then I like get irritated because I feel like my day's coming to an end and I'm trying to chase the clock, and I need the sun to be out to be productive most of the time, or I have to turn on all the lights and make it seem like artificially the sun is out. And so it causes me to be in a panic that I'm losing time in the day, and that's sometimes very difficult for me. But anyway, I am working on being a control freak. It's difficult though. It's very difficult, because I love the fact that my children are very age appropriate. And I say that to people that know me, but it's like my children are very age appropriate. Like, my daughter doesn't know what a whip and a nay-nay is. The guy at Disneyland was trying to teach her the whip and the nay-nay. If you guys saw that video, and she didn't know what the whip and the nay-nay was. She just knew that she liked the guy, his energy, and she
danced.
Right, and she danced. But, she didn't know, like, my kids just want to play with Play-Doh and do their little abcmouse.com curriculum, and they're not really, they're on a schedule, right? Another thing about me being a control freak, for the first 2.5 years of my kid's life, I worked from home with twins. My mom was working, didn't have a nanny, didn't have a babysitter, didn't have a nurse assistant. I didn't have anybody. And for 2.5 years, I worked from home with twins, breastfeeding, the whole nine. The whole night. And my house never looked lived in. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm fine.
No, it didn't. But she has to understand that you don't live in a museum. You live in a home.
Right.
And sometimes it's not going to be clean all the time, the way you want it clean. But it's not like you come in and it's like hoarders.
This is correct. It's not like that. It's just, I feel like everything has a place.
I'm getting better though, because I don't have any piles of anything.
No,
this is the biggest pile I have, and when you see what it is, I have to keep one every day.
It's a to-do list.
I have to keep what I do all the time.
Listen, if you know me and you've ever been to my house, you know that I have notes from when my children were born up until common day. I need to know what's going on, what they eat, when they go to the bathroom, she sends me pictures of their poop. Like, I need to know consistency, what's going on. I like to feel like I'm here, because I am, in my words, slaving for my family, but slaving is probably really not the best word. I really love what I do. I love the people that I help and serve. And then when I'm home, I'm home. And so it's like, what happens when I'm not here that I'm not really a part of? And I feel like I want to have some sort of control when I come home, because I haven't really, have that time because I work like.
Let my people go.
I work like 13, 14 hours a day. So basically, and then I work, and the life of an entrepreneur is a lot. So basically, my mom has had to get back into her life as an entrepreneur, which, by the way, that's what my mom was when I was growing up, and I was, always home, and so, you know what I mean? So she had a child care, 18 to 22 kids, and, it was like a very homely environment. So I won't say that I was sheltered, but I kind of was. We didn't get to like watch TV like average kids, stuff like that. We had to watch like, documentaries on the stars and stuff like that. I mean, why do I still know who Jane Goodall is from Among the Wild Chimpanzees from National Geographic? Because they made me watch stuff like that when other kids were out playing. That's all I'm saying. And so,
But it made you intelligent.
Right.
And you weren't attached to Nickelodeon and all the other crap that these kids now watch that your children know nothing about, because the only thing that they know anything about is Curious George.
They watch a lot of PBS, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood and stuff like that. And they're just very age appropriate. Like, we went to Disneyland, and they were over it. But anyway, so I learned that I plan to stop humbling myself to the point of humiliation in 2016. I plan to, kind of be more of myself and give more. I plan to be about myself this year. Like, I'm not looking too bad to, have twins, I'm not looking too bad myself. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm not looking too bad myself. And, shout out to my friend Shadia also. She's really helped me to get out of my shell. And I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Shadia.
Yeah, and then...
Thank you.
And then, because all that dancing that I be doing, I'm like that all the time, by the way. I'm like that all the time.
Yeah, because we really have fun. It's not a relationship where we don't have fun. We don't, we have some moments. We're human. But family is first. And that's our bottom line. Family is first. And the thing is I couldn't be with anyone else but this one to actually keep me grounded, keep me motivated to even do a good job.
I mean, taking care of my twins is a job, trust me. And then being, basically a house manager, it's a lot because there's a lot to manage.
And I didn't know I was a house manager because and now I'm a house manager, and then I get this, you need to help me. You need to help me in my business. And I'm going, well, tell me what the heck you want me to do.
Yeah.
But if I don't have what you want me to do, I can't do it. But now what I'm going to be doing is we've got books to write.
Hello.
And we will be writing those, and they will be coming quickly to you and to an Amazon near you.
Hello. So anyway, we love you guys, and I'm sure there's more coming from us soon, but the camera's like beeping and I don't have it plugged in or anything, so I guess we gotta go. Yeah, so that wasn't too much salt, was it? Oh, I still love you.
Love you too.
Oh.
See?
See, we're like ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony.
Straight out of Compton.
I'm trying to keep it classy. She wanna go there. You feel me? She wanna go there. What's wrong with her?